You are listening to Larry Conners, USA.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
This is Larry Conners USA. Larry Conners USA.
I woke up this morning, got myself a gun. Mama always said I'd be the chosen one.
Audits, recounts were conducted in Arizona and Wisconsin. In Georgia, it was recounted 3 times. It's clear. For those who challenge the results and question the integrity of the election, no other election has ever been held under such scrutiny and such high standards. The big lie is just that, a big lie.
Yay, it's a big lie. It's a big lie. There might have been fraud. There might have been fraud in the 2020 election. That's Joe Biden, of course, with the party line, the party narrative, yesterday in Philly. This July 14, 2021. What Biden, of course, is saying is that no one has a right to question our election. No one has a right to question if there is fraud in the elections in the U.S. No one except Hillary. Hillary was allowed to question and still continues to say she didn't lose. The Russians won it for Trump. We spent 2.5 years, millions of dollars following that big lie. And then, of course, the New York City mayor's race, all the chaos they had around that. There are several Democrats inside New York City that say, this election was not fair. Well, that's got to be a big lie. Of course, Biden is talking about the presidential election in particular with all the various recounts and surveys. And yes, something came out of Arizona yesterday that raises some questions, saying the count vote in Maricopa County through this latest audit does not match what was reported. I want to drive something home and make sure you understand where I stand on this. Do I believe there was probably fraud in the election, absentee ballots, drop boxes, fraudulent ballots, folks who shouldn't even have been allowed to vote at all in the U.S., much less vote where they did or as often as they did? Yes, I think a lot of that happened. Do I think there was enough of it there that could swing the election? My overall operating principle is no, but with a caveat. If you go into some of these counties, like Maricopa County in Arizona, and the difference is large enough in that one county that changes the vote total of that, and then there's beginning to escalate within others, that who knows? We don't know, do we? But I've also tried to say, let's use that as an example and a template for going back in and reforming existing voting laws, cleaning off those who have passed away, so they're not voting. We don't need more dead people voting, or those who have moved and they no longer live at that address and they're voting somewhere else already, but you send an application out, or you've got ballot harvesting going on that is bringing in false signatures and false ballots. So, yeah, we need election reform. And that's where I say we go from here because of what we learned last time. And we need to do that going forward for 2022. But I want to point out something to you. Former Democrat Senator Claire McCaskill basically caught an MSNBC host off guard the other day because she admitted that the Texas Democrat lawmakers who fled that state to prevent Republicans from passing a voting bill they think is wrong. Remember, they jumped on the plane and led. She said they're doing just like the Republicans do. It's just another form of a filibuster. So she's saying, you know, what you guys are doing, you're not helping, and you're actually adding ammunition for those who say you really don't want free, fair elections, do you? And to that extent also, we've got a an analyst who appeared on MSNBC2 and said, there's a red wave coming. There's a red wave coming in 2022. You better get ready for it. So Democrats have reason to be concerned. And James Carville is saying, yeah, because you're still acting woke. You're trying to be woke, and you want everybody to be woke. It's not going to help. Like CRT? He's right. And yet we still hear many say, well, we're not doing CRT. 5,000 teachers sign off say, we'll teach it. At the military academy, they say they're teaching it. And we keep hearing it's being taught and how it's being taught. And we've got some examples out of one particular college. A lot to cover the next 2 hours. Lock and load. Ready on the right.
You can email Larry at LarryConnersUSA@gmail.com. LarryConnersUSA@gmail.com.